we're going to move forward to the What's Up section. What's happening in the news? And you could get a hold of us here at news@exceltvshow.com. Hey, dozens of you have come to the website now, so you know it exists. I mean, there's Jordan at exceltvshow.com. There's Oz, there's Rick, there's Challenge, and there's news as well. There's news. So drop us your news. Let us know products you're releasing, all that sort of stuff. And I do have one thing here. I'm going to demo this the next time we talk. Okay, the next episode we do in 2 weeks, I'm going to demo this, but this is kind of late breaking news. And you guys may be aware of Vertex42. I mean, whenever you're in the Excel world and you're doing Google searches, there's two things you're going to come across. You're going to come across Mr. Excel if you have a question, and if you're asking for a template or some sort, you're going to come across Vertex42. So Vertex42 has teamed up with the same guys who created the FIFA World Cup templates. You remember all that with the drop downs, the ribbon commander stuff. And so imagine now you go to the ribbon commander, you can go over to this Vertex, and there's a Vertex42 drop down that has templates there, and from there you can select. So what I want to show you is that has been released like in the last few days, which is pretty cool. I want to show you that, and then maybe next time, maybe in our next episode we can do a demo of that. So let me show you what that looks like. Do a quick screen share. Hopefully I can do this a little more efficient than I did it last time.
It's not easy.
There you go. Good Lord. Okay, so where I'm at right now is the Vertex42 website. You could have also seen this at spreadsheet1.com and a Vertex42 apps template gallery add-in. And here are the template gallery add-in for Excel. Imagine now you go to Excel, and there's all the different versions, and it talks about Ribbon Commander and how you can get it and all that sort of thing, and how you go ahead and add this add-in in versus all the other ones you have an option of adding in. You can see let me expand this if I can so you don't see a picture of my burly Facebook beard down there. So you have, imagine now if you're going through this drop-down, and in these drop-downs now you have a Vertex42 add-in. And the Vertex42, whenever you click on that, how it works is now you could have, imagine now you have in this ribbon different templates for budgets and debt payoff, etc., all in finance, different ones for home, resumes and letters, schedule planners, etc. So basically you have the ability to access all of these different Vertex42 templates right here within the Excel add-in, powered by the ribbon commander. I'll come back to me here real quick. So that's my news of the week. Hopefully next week or next episode we'll be able to actually share that and do a full demo and show you what that looks like. But Vertex42 Ribbon Commander add-in is now available, so go take a look at it. I also think Oz, you have something to share as well.
Yes, I do. I want to share that that the Excel model off, the registration has opened, and let's see, I'm going to get that web page. Where is that? Yeah, so you can register for the model off 2014, $20 for students, $30 for professionals. You go here to modeloff.com/register and go on here and find out exactly what it is. The first round starts the 25th of October at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. 2-hour contest happening around the world. Jump on into that. All right, and then I will share. I am teaching my final Excel workshop in Chicago next Wednesday night, and we are going to go into the future with Power Query. We are going to show what Power Query does. We're not talking this smickety smack about VLOOKUPs anymore. No, we got to talk about bigger things, right? So we're going to talk about tables and advanced filter, right? Because advanced filter is not intuitive, right? But I'm going to intuit it for the people who bring their 98.6-degree bodies to the workshop. All right. And we're going to share this talk where I kind of got out of control at Ignite Chicago and talk about the first time that I did something real with data. And this is where I said, okay, what might they listen to? Complaints? Nunchucks? No. They listen to data. All right. And that, stop screen share. So that is the news that I have to share. The workshop, Excel Model Off, and that's it for me.
So, a question before we move on to the next person here. So, Jordan, I think you have something as well, and John. Who amongst us has signed up for Model Off? I have. Who else?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm not sure. I did it last year. I don't know if I can take another defeat.
All right, man. I signed up. It's game on. I got like 60 days to sharpen the sword here, but it's going to be game on, man.
Well, see what? Okay, so tell us about it, Jordan, Rick. Why are you doing it? That's just not my world. But go ahead.
Well,
what is your thought about it?
I got to tell you, I'm excited. As I went to as I went to look at some of the sample questions, I was like, or looked at the first sample problem, I was like, okay, I can figure this out. This is not easy, but something I could figure out. And I started figuring out. I was like, oh, this is I was wrong. Okay, so I went off. Let me figure out how I got this. So I started thinking through it, and I was like, you know what? I have to sharpen the sword a little bit.
Yeah,
and kind of have to practice a little bit and kind of get, because I don't I'm not 24/7 in the tool doing financial modeling anymore in that world, but I'm anxious for the challenge. I think it's going to be kind of fun. What was your experience with it, Jordan?
It was I didn't really study for it. Maybe I should have. It was really hard. So I was looking at the practice questions. I was like, all right, I'm all right at this. I'm probably not the best, but I could do all right. So I made it to the second round, but I wasn't able to do the second round because I had a prior engagement. But here is a tip I have for everyone, because they give you a if you make it to the second round, they tell you what percentile you scored in. So I was in the top 20th percentile overall, and I was in the top 10th percentile on the last question, and that was an operations management question, which is sort of my area. But I think the reason I did so well in it was because I skipped the earlier problems that were harder, and as it turns out, a great deal of people didn't finish the test. So I actually don't believe I'm that good in operations management compared to everyone else, but I think what helped me out getting that right compared to everyone else is that I skipped to it. So I would say don't mess around with the stuff that you don't know early on. Try to finish the test because it is multiple choice.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't matter if you get the Excel right. And there is a part to be said that if you miss something, it's answer, because how far are you going to be off? How many mistakes are you going to make? So just something to think about.
John, what do you think about it?
I want to know what one of the sample questions is.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys got one? Do you know one? Right?
I don't have any here, but you can go to the Model Off website and you can download sample questions from previous years. So that actually is something we should instruct our listeners.
Yeah.
They
I honestly don't know anything about it. I mean, I've heard about it. I just thought it was like, rocket science.
Got to check it out, man. It's going to be it's going to be awesome. So I'd recommend just everybody going and taking a look at it and download some of the sample questions, take a stab at it. What the heck, $20, $30, compete against the best in the world. I mean, you're competing against consultants from Ernst & Young and just all the consulting firms out there. And it's not just Excel skills, it's finance skills. So just what the heck, go ahead and go check it out. We had the Model Off guys here. Gosh, I want to say our fourth or fifth episode or so, and it was a great episode where they talked about the entire kind of process of it and how they came up with it, and they're doing a lot of great stuff right now. So we're excited to see this kind of evolve on. Jordan, I did see that you had some news as well.
Well, I did.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, and also remember that we are giving away model off entries as our prizes. So if you win, you get a free entry, $30 knocked off just for you, just for winning an Excel TV challenge. So remember to participate, model off, participate with us. All right, so I'm just going to jump in with my news coming up. Let me do that, the good old screen share. God, you got to love that screen share. We're all doing it. All right. I have several things going on, but for now we're going to just jump to my website because this is where everything's happening. I'm not really sure why I highlighted that. So if you scroll down here, there is a new story, upcoming live workshops and courses in Los Angeles and Cincinnati, both terrific cities. So let's see here. We have two in Los Angeles, and they're at the General Assembly. These are two. One is Get the Picture, Intro to Data Visualization Tools with Microsoft Excel. The other is the Art and Science of Excel Dashboards. Now, here's the register button. So if you want to register to this, August 25th through 27th, I'm going to just show you here. So you can go to my site, or you can go to General Assembly. That's who's hosting us. And I'm doing this with friend of the show, Sylvia Juhas. And actually, I'm very grateful to Sylvia for bringing me in on this. So Sylvia really helped me out, and I'm coming to LA to do this. So here's what's really cool. They're 2 hours long in the evening. One's on Monday, one's on Wednesday. But this is the really, really, really cool part. There's going to be free beer and wine for the first half hour. I am not making this up. Sylvia's agency is sponsoring it, and they are giving us free beer and wine. I mean, just go for that. I'm just telling you, just go for that, all right? So regular admission for both of these is $75 each. Get your company to pay for it if you have an expense account. So both Sylvia and I are doing it, and I'm very excited to be doing that. Okay, so let me just jump back. Those are the two things going on, and I'm going to probably bug everyone about that until they happen. Let's get a lot of signups. I know we have a good LA audience out there. So we also have one going on in Cincinnati, Ohio, 45 minutes away from me. That's an Analytics in Excel 2-day short course, all right? So that one I have tentatively here, but I need to update that because I just got word not long ago that it's no longer tentative. It is happening. So this is part of the Business Analytics Center at the Linder College of Business at University of Cincinnati. So they have a lot of great training courses that I'd recommend people to do just anyway, but you should check out my class. That's the Analytics in Excel, and you can go to the to their webpage at the University of Cincinnati and click here to register. So those are the awesome, awesome, exciting courses I have coming up that I cannot wait to teach, and I cannot wait to see our viewers at. So
cool.
That is what is going on with me.
All right. Great.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jordan. Sounds like you've got a lot going on, man. And John, I see that you're releasing some tools here recently as well. Would you mind telling us what's going on in your world?
Yeah. So today, actually, I released an add-in called TabHound and Tab Control. There's two add-ins, actually. And they basically allow you to search and navigate through your workbooks extremely fast. It just brings like a Google-like search for the worksheets in your workbook. So a lot of people are dealing with workbooks that contain hundreds. Well, I did a poll of my readers, and there's a lot of people that are working with workbooks with over 100 worksheets in them. So a gigantic workbook, I guess you could say, right? Okay. Yeah, I know. It's mind-boggling. But actually, when I started to think about it, I mean, even I've dealt with some of these types of workbooks where you just might have a tab for every sales rep in your organization kind of thing. So anyways, TabHound allows you to not only search through your workbooks, but also do like kind of common repetitive tasks like copy and rename a sheet, hide and unhide multiple sheets at one time, and all these kinds of things. So I can show it if I can get my screen share to work. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, you guys see my screen?
Yep.
See the window that came up? It says TabHound?
No.
We don't see a TabHound window.
Okay. Let me see if I could show my website, and that'll give you a little view of it. So, I gotta switch to that, huh? So used to like a WebEx or something. It's All right. How about that?
Yep.
Okay. So TabHound, and I have a bunch of videos that show this, but basically here's the TabHound window. And it's just an add-in for Excel. So once you install it, there's an Excel Campus tab that pops up in the ribbon, and then there's some buttons here. And this button here called TabHound opens this window. And this window contains a search box that basically just allows you to type a search for any worksheet in your workbook. So, and it's very fast, and it's pretty intuitive. The search is pretty intuitive. So as you start typing, it basically filters down the list of results here of these worksheets. So this down here is just a list of all the worksheets in this particular workbook, and the second column shows whether they're visible or hidden. And so you can search in that box for a specific worksheet you're looking for. When you find it, you just hit the enter key, and that'll jump you right to that workbook or that worksheet. And so it makes it really fast to navigate through your worksheets. First of all, that's really what started me in developing this thing, was just a quick way to jump through a worksheet in a workbook. Because I think, a lot of times someone will send me a spreadsheet or a workbook and say, hey, can you open this workbook and look at whatever tab they're looking at, maybe call me on the phone or something. And it takes me forever to just scroll through the bottom of this, the worksheets down here. You keep clicking this button right here. Or there's a shortcut, you can right-click on that, and that'll bring up a sheet list, right? But it's still like, if you have 100 worksheets in a workbook, that can be really time-consuming on its own. So TabHound basically just gives you a search box that allows you to search for any sheet in your workbook. And I wish I could show it because the search is really fast. As you start typing, this is narrow. It's not only narrowed down, but it'll automatically select any like the first match of whatever the sheet name is. Like, so if you started typing summary, it would show you everything that all the sheets that contained the word summary, or product, for example. Like if you typed product in the search box here, it's going to still show you these sheets even though they don't start with the word product. So it's a pretty intuitive search. And then, like I said, you just, once you find it, you click enter, and you're right at that sheet, ready to go. So that's really the main core feature of TabHound. But then, as I started developing that, I added a lot of additional features to it. So you can, there's buttons over here that allow you to jump to the first sheet in the workbook, the last sheet. You can select multiple sheets in the list here and hide or unhide them at one time. So that's another thing you can't do in Excel, is unhide multiple sheets. Right. That's a process we go through. Like, I know people that are just doing, monthly reporting packages where they need to unhide a certain number of sheets and hide the others from last quarter or whatever it is. So this allows you to just select multiple sheets, or you could, do a search to filter down for all your product sheets and then unhide them all or hide them all, that kind of stuff. There's buttons to rename the sheets, copy and rename. So that's another process we do a lot. You might right-click on the sheet name down here, go to move or copy, click the checkbox, go through that whole step to make a copy of a sheet. There's a keyboard shortcut. You can hold down the control key and drag over the sheet. Right. That's a simple one, but then you'd have like summary 2 in parentheses. You probably want to rename it. So copy and rename will just do all that for you in one step. You just click that button, copy the sheet, prompt you with the box to rename it. Just type in your name, click enter, and it's done. Copy to a new workbook, same thing. You can do that with multiple sheets, so you can just select all these sheets, copy to a new book. So there's a lot of in there. It's really, it's come a long ways.
Great. That's outstanding.
Yeah. So anyways, I could go on forever, but that's TabHound. Tab Control is the other add-in, which basically puts a worksheet at the end of your workbook that gives you a full list of all the sheets in your workbook and allows you to do all kinds of custom changes. You could reorder them, you could sort them, you can use, and it's all in an Excel table, so you can do all kinds of stuff with Tab Control, kind of automate your monthly reporting packages or whatever you do with your workbooks.
All right.
So yeah, so that's the big news from Excel Campus today.
Cool. Beautiful. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Let's get people over there to check it out because there's some good stuff with people dealing with a lot of worksheets like that.